Never thought planning a family trip could unravel everything. But that's exactly what happened. I'm James Rivera, 42, a construction foreman in Miami, Florida. My days start at dawn on sun-baked sites, overseeing crews building high-rises that touch the sky. It's hard work, but it pays the bills for me, my wife Sophia, and our two kids, Mia and Carlos, ages 10 and 8. Sophia is 38, teaches third grade at the local school, and she's the organized one in the family. When her sister Isabella announced her wedding in Las Vegas, Sophia jumped in to handle the details. "I'll book everything," she said one evening after dinner, her phone already open to travel sites. "Flights, hotel, the works. It'll be our first big vacation in years." I trusted her completely. We'd been married 16 years, built a solid life together. I worked overtime to save for the down payment on our house in Little Havana, the kind of place with a small yard where the kids could play soccer. Sophia managed the budget, always making sure we had enough for school supplies and family outings to the beach. For this trip, I transferred $5,000 from our joint savings to her account. "That covers deposits," she explained. "Flights for all 5 of us, plus the resort on the Strip. Isabella's pulling out all the stops, pool parties, shows, the whole Vegas experience." I nodded, pulling her into a quick hug before heading to bed. The kids were excited. Mia chattered about seeing the fountains at the Bellagio, and Carlos wanted to know if we'd ride roller coasters. The next few weeks blurred by. Work ramped up. A new condo project downtown kept me on site until dusk, directing welders and checking blueprints. Sophia handled the planning solo, which suited me fine. I came home one night to find her on the couch, scrolling through emails. "Everything's set?" I asked, grabbing a beer from the fridge. She glanced up. "Almost. Just finalizing the hotel confirmation. I'll forward it to you tomorrow." But the email never came. Days turned into a week, then 2. I didn't push. She seemed stressed, grading papers late into the night. "Wedding stuff?" she'd say if I asked about the call she took in the other room. One afternoon, after dropping the kids at soccer practice, I picked up Sophia's phone by mistake. Hers was charging next to mine on the kitchen counter. A notification pinged, a text from Ricardo, her co-worker at the school. "Can't wait for our secret meeting in Vegas. This trip changes everything." My stomach twisted. Ricardo was a history teacher, mid-30s, always friendly at school events. We'd barbecued with him and his wife once. Why secret meeting? I set the phone down, heart pounding. It had to be nothing. Maybe coordinating a surprise for Isabella. Sophia walked in then, arms full of groceries. "You okay? You look like you saw a ghost." I forced a smile. "Just tired. Long day." She didn't press, and I didn't mention the text. Doubt crept in, but I shoved it aside. Sophia wouldn't lie to me. We'd faced tough times, job losses, my back injury 2 years ago, and come through stronger. Preparations continued. I packed light. Swim trunks for the pool, slacks for the wedding, sunscreen for the desert heat. Sophia double-checked the kids' bags, reminding them to practice their lines for the family toast. The night before our flight, she stayed up late on her laptop. "Making sure the itinerary's perfect," she said when I peeked in. I kissed her forehead and went to sleep, dreaming of neon lights and family photos. At Miami International Airport the next morning, chaos reigned. Families dragged suitcases, announcements blared. We checked in curbside, the kids bouncing with energy. Sophia handed over our passports at the counter. The agent typed furiously, then frowned. "Mr. Rivera? I don't see your ticket here." She double-checked. Sophia's face paled. "What? That can't be right. I booked everyone." The agent pulled up the reservation. Sophia, Isabella, their parents, even Ricardo listed as a +1 for the family block. But not me. No flight, no hotel room. "Must be a glitch," Sophia stammered, pulling out her phone. "I'll call the airline right now." I stood there, the terminal noise fading as realization hit. The money I'd transferred, the promises of confirmations, it all pointed to one thing. She'd planned this without me. Intentionally. The kids looked confused, Mia tugging my sleeve. "Dad, why can't we board?" Sophia was on hold, whispering apologies. But in her eyes, I saw panic, not surprise. The text from Ricardo echoed in my mind. This wasn't a mistake. It was exclusion. While she argued with the agent, I stepped away, pulling out my phone. A quick bank app check showed the transfers. $5,000 gone, but no matching flight receipts in our shared account. Instead, charges to a spa in Vegas, dinners for 2 at high-end spots. My hands shook as I forwarded the details to my email. Sophia approached, defeated. "They said it's too late to fix. We're overbooked." The kids whined, but I knelt to their level. Change of plans, Mija. You two go with Mom and Aunt Isabella. I'll drive up later. Meet you there. Sophia protested, but I waved it off. Family first. Go enjoy the wedding. They boarded without me. I watched the plane taxi away, then headed to the parking garage. Instead of going home, I drove straight to the bank. The teller confirmed. The funds went to Sophia's personal account, then vanished into untraceable spots. Rage boiled, but I channeled it. Called my lawyer cousin, Marco, on the way. Meet me at your office. I need advice now. By evening, I had copies of statements, a plan forming. Sophia thought she could sideline me. She'd learn I built things stronger than she knew. Vegas would be her stage, but Miami would deliver the reckoning. Driving back from the airport, the Florida sun beat down on the windshield, but my mind was elsewhere. I gripped the steering wheel tighter, replaying the check-in fiasco. Sophia's excuses rang hollow now. The missing ticket wasn't a glitch, it was deliberate. I merged onto I-95 North, heading straight for Marco's law office in downtown Miami. My cousin picked up on the first ring when I called ahead. James, what's going on? You sound rough. I filled him in quick. The trip, the money, the text from Ricardo. Pull over if you need to, he said. Get here safe. We'll sort this. Marco's office was in a low-rise building off Biscayne Boulevard, the kind with parking that actually fit my truck. He met me at the door, handed me a coffee, and ushered me into his conference room. No small talk. He spread out a legal pad and started jotting notes as I talked. The transfers, $5,000 from our joint account to Sophia's personal one. No receipts for flights or hotel. The text, secret meeting in Vegas. Marco whistled low. This smells like financial infidelity, cousin. At minimum, misuse of marital assets. You got kids involved. Courts hate that. He pulled up our bank portal on his laptop, mirroring what I'd seen. Look here. After your deposit, she wired $2,000 to a Vegas casino account. Then spa charges, a dinner reservation for two at Eiffel Tower restaurant. Overlooks the strip. Not family stuff. My jaw clenched. Ricardo's going. He's on the reservation as Isabella's +1, but he's Sophia's co-worker. History teacher at her school. Marco nodded, typing fast. We need proof. Access her email. Shared accounts? I hesitated, then logged in from my phone. Our marriage setup meant I still had the password. Emails flooded the screen. Confirmations for 4 adults and the kids at the Bellagio, but my name scrubbed out. One from Ricardo, dated a week ago, room 2407. Can't wait to finally have you to myself. No distractions. Attached, a photo of 2 champagne flutes on a hotel balcony. Not with the family. With him. Twist one hit like a gut punch. Ricardo wasn't just a fling. Buried in the threads, an email from 6 months back showed he'd helped Sophia apply for a school grant, but it led to late-night consultations at his apartment. He'd been at our house for barbecues, played soccer with Carlos in the yard. A family friend, or so I'd thought. This guy's embedded, Marco said, printing screenshots. Changes everything. Emotional betrayal on top of the financial. You could claim alienation of affection in some states, but Florida's no fault. Still, for custody and assets. He outlined steps. Freeze joint accounts. Document everything. File for temporary separation if needed. Don't confront her yet. Let her think you're driving up. By time to gather more. I left his office 2 hours later with a flash drive of evidence and a resolve hardening like concrete setting. No yelling, no rash moves. That's what she expected from a hot-headed construction guy. Instead, I'd build a case, brick by brick. Stopped at a FedEx on the way home to copy bank statements. Then hit the grocery for basics, the kids' favorites, in case. Home felt empty without them. The soccer ball still by the door, Mia's backpack on the couch. I resisted checking Sophia's location. Our shared family app showed her phone at the airport, then in the air. Vegas bound. That night, I couldn't sleep. Paced the living room, phone in hand. A voicemail from Sophia pinged at midnight. James, we're on the plane. Kids are asleep. I'm so sorry about the ticket. Airline says it's a system error. I'll fix it from there. Call me. Her voice cracked, but I knew better now. Deleted it. Instead, texted Marco. More digging. He replied instant. Check her work email if linked. And run a credit check, joint cards. By dawn, I'd found charges, a necklace from a Vegas jeweler, engraved to S, forever, R. Bought with our card. And hotel add-ons. Rose petals, late checkout for the Lovebird suite. The family block was cover. She and Ricardo had upgraded to a king suite overlooking the fountains. Twist 2 came via a forwarded chain from Isabella. Sophia had accidentally included me in a group email about the wedding rehearsal. Ricardo was listed as best man, but not for my sister-in-law. For Sophia's surprise vow renewal, with him, planned post-wedding. She'd spun it to the family as a romantic getaway, excluding me to focus on the kids with Isabella. Lies layered on lies. I forwarded it all to Marco, then booked my own flight, not to Vegas, but to a cheap motel in Orlando for distance. Needed headspace. Morning broke humid and heavy. I loaded the truck with tools. Work waited, but my crew could handle the site without me today. Drove to the school instead, waited in the parking lot until Sophia's substitute showed. No, I wouldn't ambush her here. Instead, called the bank again, disputed the Vegas charges as fraudulent. Pending investigation, the reps said. Good, freeze her spending. Then, emailed Sophia's principal anonymously. Concerned parent, teacher Sofia Rivera using school time for personal trips. Check her absences. Not vicious, just enough to stir questions when she returned. By afternoon, my phone buzzed nonstop. Sophia, landed. Kids excited. Where are you? Driving up? I replied vague, handling work. See you soon. Let her sweat. Picked up Mia's friend for a playdate. Cover for the kids if they called. But Carlos texted from Isabella's phone. Dad? Mom says you're coming tomorrow. Miss you. Heart twisted, but I typed back. Love you, buddy. Be good for Aunt Izzy. Hung a family photo on the fridge, reminder of what she'd risked. Evening brought the Real storm. Marco called. Credit report shows a new card in her name only, maxed at $3,000. All Vegas prepays. And get this, Ricardo's married too. Wife's a nurse at Jackson Memorial. You know her? I did holiday party chats. The web tightened. File tomorrow, Marco advised. Protect the kids first. I nodded to the empty room, packing a go bag, clothes, laptop, the flash drive. Drove south to a buddy's in Homestead, crashed on his couch. Sleep came fitful, dreams of neon signs flickering out. Next day, Vegas time, the wedding ramped up. Sophia's posts on our family group chat showed the kids at the pool, Isabella in her dress fitting. But private text to Ricardo slipped through a synced cloud. He's suspicious. Act normal at rehearsal. My response. Silence. Instead, I met Marco at court for emergency filings, temporary custody hold, asset division request. Judge signed off quick, my steady job, her instability. Papers served to her hotel by noon. Her call came frantic. James. What is this? Cops at the door with divorce papers? I answered calm. You planned a trip without me, Sophia. Used our money for your affair. Kids stay with me when you return. She sputtered denials, but the evidence spoke. Ricardo's not. Click. Hung up. Twist sealed. Her secret wasn't just a fling. She'd confided in Isabella months ago, who covered for her. Sisterly bond, broken trust. Back in Miami, I prepped the house. Kids' rooms spotless, locks changed. Work crew texted updates. I rejoined them, hammer in hand, building something new. Sophia's world cracked in Vegas. Mine solidified. Revenge wasn't destruction. It was reclamation, legal and unyielding. The Vegas wedding came and went without me, but the fallout hit Miami like a hurricane. Sophia returned 3 days early, kids in tow, landing at the airport in a cab that I didn't pay for. I'd arranged pickup through Isabella, neutral ground. Marco advised no direct contact yet. Let the papers simmer. She banged on the door that afternoon, Carlos and Mia trailing behind with suitcases. James, open up. We need to talk. I peered through the peephole, her eyes red from crying. The kids looked exhausted, confused. Dad's inside, Mia said, but Sophia shushed her. I unlocked it, stepping back. Come in. But the papers speak for themselves. We sat at the kitchen table, the same one where we'd planned the trip. Sophia dumped her bag, pulling out printouts. This is insane. Divorce? Custody? You can't do this over a booking error. I slid copies of the bank statements across. 15,000, Sophia. Not on family flights. On your suite with Ricardo. The Eiffel Tower dinner for two. The engraved necklace. She scanned them, face draining. That's work expenses. He helped with a grant proposal. Lie. I tapped my phone, playing the voicemail she'd left mid-trip. Ricardo, meet me at the pool after the rehearsal. James isn't coming. Our time. Her voice, breathy, excited. She snatched the phone. You hacked me? That's illegal. No hack. Shared cloud. Emails from your work account. 6 months of consultations at his place. Mia tugged my sleeve from the hall. Dad, can we have snacks? I nodded, guiding them to the living room with juice boxes. Back in the kitchen, Sophia whispered fierce. It was a mistake. Emotional. Ricardo's married too. We never. I cut her off. Bed with him in our paid suite. While I worked doubles. She crumpled, head in hands. Please. For the kids. Marco's words echoed, document reactions. I recorded discreetly on my phone. Kids stay here. You go to your parents. Courts set mediation in 2 weeks. She left that night, sobbing apologies to the kids. I tucked them in, reading stories until they slept. Mom's just visiting grandma, I said. But Carlos hugged tight. Why is she mad at you? Truth hurt, but I kept it simple. Grown-up stuff. We'll fix it. Alone, I emailed Marco the audio. Strong case for infidelity clause on alimony. Florida's no fault, but proof swayed judges on assets. Discovery phase kicked off fast. Marco filed the petition officially next morning. Irretrievable breakdown, joint custody request, even split. Sophia's response came via her lawyer, a slick guy from Coral Gables. Deny affair. Claim I abandoned the trip. Bull. We exchanged financials. My steady pay stubs from the construction firm. Her teacher salary dipped by unauthorized absences. Interrogatories flew, written questions under oath. Hers accused me of controlling the money. Mine demanded receipts for every Vegas charge. Depositions scheduled for week 4. Her first, under oath, with a court reporter. Be honest, Marco coached. Judges smell lies. Twist 1 landed during prep. Isabella called, Sophia's sister, the bride. James, I didn't know. She told me you two were taking a break. Ricardo was my +1 for photos, but Sophia, she confessed after the rehearsal. Said you were distant. Distant? I'd slave for that trip. Why cover? Isabella sighed. Family loyalty. But the kids. Sophia's parents are furious. They saw the bills. Your money funded her fling. Her folks, Maria and Luis, traditional types from Hialeah, cut Sophia off. No more Sunday dinners, no bailout cash. Tell her mediation's her chance, I said. Hung up, forwarded the call log to Marco. Family turning? Golden Court. Sophia's deposition was brutal. We met in Marco's office, neutral site. She arrived with her lawyer, fidgeting as the reporter swore her in. State your name. Sophia Rivera. Questions started tame, marriage length, assets. Then Marco. Explained the $15,000 transfer. She hedged. Wedding costs. Flights, hotel. List the flights. Silence. I don't have details. Lie. I slid photos from the cloud. Her and Ricardo in the suite elevator, arms linked post-wedding. This detail. Her lawyer objected. Judge overruled later. She cracked. It was one night. Heat of the moment. But emails said months. One night. Marco pressed. Then why the vow renewal plan? Post-wedding, with him as best man. She froze. That was a joke. Isabella's idea. Another lie. Chain showed her initiating. The reporter typed steady. My pulse raced. Twist 2. Her lawyer jumped in, whispering. Off record, he offered settlement. She keeps the house. I get custody, no alimony. Marco countered. Full asset split. Her pays half kids therapy. Court mandated after this mess. She stormed out, but the tape caught her admission. Affair confirmed under oath. Marco grinned post-session. This shortens it. Mediation next week. Uncontested path now. Mediation loomed in a sterile conference room at the courthouse. Sophia arrived alone. Parents bailed. Lawyer minimal. We sat across a table. Mediator neutral. Ground rules. No yelling. Sophia started. James, I messed up. Counseling? For us? I shook head. Kids first. You lied to them too. She pushed for joint custody equal. Marco countered. Primary with me. Her weekends. Her absences proved instability. Financials. House equity split. But she owed reimbursement for misused funds. 15 grand back, mediator noted. She balked. From where? School pays peanuts. Then the bomb. Anonymous tip to her principal. My doing via Marco's paralegal. School knows. Affair with colleague. Using work time for plans. Suspension pending. Her eyes widened. You did that. Consequences, I said. No violence, just truth exposed. She folded fast. Agreed to terms, or trial drags, job lost. Signed preliminary. I get house, kids primary, she pays child support. Mediator stamped it. Final hearing in 30 days, quick if no appeals. Back home, kids adjusted. Mia's soccer games, Carlos's homework. I handled solo, crew covering my shifts. Sophia visited supervised, awkward park meetups. Sorry, Mija, she'd say. But Mia hugged loose. Why'd you leave us in Vegas? Sophia deflected. I stepped in. We'll talk when older. Her parents called once. We're disappointed. Support you, James. Luis even offered handyman work at their shop. Gesture of alliance. Trial prep flew. No full trial needed. Settlement held. But pre-hearing, Sophia tried sabotage. Filed motion claiming I was unfit, citing my obsessive digging. Judge reviewed evidence. My logs, her lies. Denied. Frivolous, he ruled, finding her lawyer. Marco high-fived. Assets locked. You're set. Final hearing day. Miami-Dade courthouse. Fluorescent hum. Judge scanned file. Irretrievable. Custody to petitioner. Visitation standard. Equitable distribution. House to Mr. Rivera. Offset by reimbursements. Gavel. Done in 20 minutes. Sophia signed, tears silent. Can we co-parent? I nodded. For them. But trust gone. She left. I walked out free. That night, celebrated quiet. Pizza with kids, Marco joining. You built this win, he said. Indeed. No fists, no fury, just law, evidence, family shifting sides. Sophia's world shrank. Mine expanded. Justice, served clean. The divorce decree was signed, but the real work began after the gavel fell. Sophia moved into a cramped apartment in Hialeah, 2 blocks from her parents' place, but they kept the door locked when she knocked. I'd one primary custody, the house in Little Havana, and a reimbursement order for $8,000 of the misused funds, half the $15,000, after deductions for shared wedding costs. Marco called it a win. No alimony for her. Child support from her teacher paid docked at $300 monthly. But victory tasted bitter. The kids asked daily when mom would move back. Soon, I'd say, but Sophia's visits were tense park handoffs, her handing over backpacks, me strapping in car seats. First week post-divorce, Sophia's school suspended her. The principal's office called me as a courtesy, concerned parent, they said, tipped off about professional misconduct during the Vegas trip. Ricardo's wife, Elena, had filed her own complaint after the deposition leaks hit her hospital rounds. Affair with a colleague. The email read, copied to HR. Sophia showed up at my door unannounced, papers crumpled in fist. They fired me, James. Probation first, then termination. Because of you. I blocked the entry. You chose the affair. School chose consequences. She lunged for the kids inside, but Mia hid behind me. Go home, Sophia. Supervised visits only. Marco had the order. She backed off, calling her lawyer that night. Ricardo bailed fast. His wife confronted him post-wedding photos surfaced. Him and Sophia in the Bellagio lobby, hands intertwined. Elena filed for divorce in Broward County, citing the same evidence I'd shared anonymously through Marco's network. No direct hand, just public records pushed to her. Ricardo texted Sophia from a new number. Can't risk my job or kids. It's over. She forwarded it to me in a desperate plea. See? He left. We can reconcile. Deleted, blocked. His school placed him on leave too. Ethics board reviewing the grant consultations, that masked hotel meetups. Twist 1. Elena reached out to me directly. Voicemail from her shift end. James, I saw the files. Thank you for the truth. Sophia destroyed 2 families. I'll testify if needed. Alliance from the wreckage. Her support bolstered my custody hold. Sophia's sabotage hit during her first unsupervised weekend. Court allowed it after 30 days. Progress, the mediator said. But she didn't return the kids on time. Mia called Sunday night, scared. Mom's yelling at Aunt Isabella on the phone. Says you're keeping us from her. I drove over, lights flashing hazards. Found them at Sophia's complex. Carlos drawing on the floor while she paced. You're late. Handover's 8 sharp. She grabbed Mia's arm. She's mine too. You poisoned them against me. Pulled too hard. Mia yelped. I stepped in, separated. Call the cops if you escalate. She released, sobbing. But the next day, her lawyer filed a motion. Accuse me of alienation, claim I coached the kids. Judge reviewed body cam from the exchange. Sophia's grip marked red on Mia's skin. Motion denied. Her visitation dropped to bi-weekly, supervised at a center. Financially, she crumbled. The $8,000 reimbursement? She missed the first payment. Marco garnished her final school check, $200 short. Her parents, Maria and Luis, hosted a family meeting without her. Isabella invited me, kids in tow. Sophia lied to us all. Maria said, passing tamales. Vegas money from you? We thought it was hers. Luis nodded. No more help. But for the grandkids, use our shop for repairs, James. They offered $500 monthly towards support, off books, to ease my load. Twist 2. Sophia tried faking evidence, forged texts claiming I threatened Ricardo. But forensics from Marco's tech guy traced it to her IP. Judge fined her $1,000 for contempt, plus court costs. Perjury attempt, he ruled. Her lawyer dropped her. She went pro bono, scrambling. I focused on rebuilding. Enlisted the crew for house fixes, new locks, kid-proof outlets. Work promoted me to site supervisor. Overtime covered therapy sessions for Mia and Carlos. Mom made a mistake, the counselor explained. But Dad's here now. Sophia attended one joint session, mandated. She arrived late, eyes down. I want them back full time. Therapist probed. Why the lies? She admitted. Ricardo flattered me. You were always working. Felt invisible. I countered. I built for us. You tore it down. No reconciliation. Session ended with co-parenting plan. But she slipped. Emailed the school board fakes, accusing me of harassment. Backfired. They subpoenaed her devices, uncovering deleted affair logs. Full termination, no reference. Months blurred. I started dating Elena. Ironic, but real. Met at a custody support group. Her divorce finalized quicker. No kids to fight over. We both got played, she said over coffee. First date. Arcade with the kids, testing waters. Mia liked her nurse stories. Carlos shared drawings. Sophia spotted us at the park one visit. Froze, then stormed off. Her lawyer called. Drop the alienation claims, or we expose your new relationship to twist custody. Marco laughed. Do it. Elena's stable, employed. You're the risk. She backed down. Visit stabilized. Sophia hit bottom. Eviction notice from Hialeah, missed rent after fines. Crashed at a friend's, then her car's back seat. Isabella intervened. Get help, sis. Mandated rehab for stress, but it was depression. She wrote me. Lost everything. Job, family you. Can I see the kids alone? Denied, court order held. But for holidays, I allowed a supervised call. Merry Christmas, Mom, they said. She choked up. I deserve this. Working on me. My life steadied. Promoted again, saved for a family trip. Not Vegas, but Orlando Disney. Kids thrilled. Elena joined as friend. Sophia's parents hosted Thanksgiving. Us, them, know her. Proud of you, James, Louise said, clinking glasses. Justice rolled slow, but sure. Her actions cost job, home, trust. Mine build anew. Legal moves, family support, no revenge fists. Just forward. By spring, Sophia landed a waitressing gig at a diner off Calle Ocho. Tips only, no benefits. She paid the overdue support in installments, court monitored. Visitation up to monthly, if clean tests. Learning, her counselor reported. I nodded. For the kids. No hate, consequences taught. Ricardo? Relocated to Tampa, teaching remote, wife gone. Elena and I made it official, simple courthouse wedding, kids as witnesses. Sophia sent a card. Happy for you. Keep them safe. A year after the divorce, life in Miami settled into a rhythm I could finally call mine. The construction firm expanded my role, now overseeing 2 sites, pay bumped enough to cover the kids' braces and college funds. Mia turned 11, acing her soccer team tryouts. Carlos, 9, built model rockets in the garage, dreaming of NASA. Elena and I made it work. Her nursing shifts at Jackson Memorial meshed with my early mornings. We married quietly 6 months back, courthouse vows with the kids as witnesses and Marco toasting with cheap champagne. No Vegas glamour, just us, building steady. Sophia's card arrived that day. Wishing you happiness. Keep them safe. I didn't reply, but filed it away. Progress, maybe. Sophia scraped by at the Calle Ocho diner, pulling double shifts for tips that barely hit rent. Her apartment stayed small, no room for overnights. Court upped her visits to bi-weekly supervised after clean therapy reports. 6 months sober from the stress, pills she'd popped post-firing. The center was neutral, playroom for the kids, observer in the corner. First full visit, Mia hugged hesitant. Brought your favorite empanadas, Sophia said, unpacking a thermos. Carlos dove in, but Mia watched wary. Why'd you lie about Dad? Sophia knelt. I was wrong. Made bad choices. Working to fix me. The counselor nodded approval. Session ended with homework drawings. Family stick figures, Sophia, on the edge. Twist one struck during summer break. Sophia's parents, Maria and Luis, hosted a barbecue at their Hialeah shop. Luis fixing cars, Maria grilling. Invited me, Elena, kids, Sophia showed late, apron still on from work. Heard you're dating the nurse, she said sidelong, plating rice. I nodded. Elena's good to us. Her jaw tightened, but she played nice for the kids. Mia showing off a new bike, Carlos racing toy cars. Then Luis pulled her aside, voice low. Enough, Mija. James moved on. You need to too. She overheard Elena and me planning a Disney trip. Taking them without me? She snapped. Observer intervened, visit cut short. Later, her lawyer petitioned for more time, citing stability. Judge reviewed. Her job volatile, mine solid. Denied, but ordered joint counseling. Co-parent better, he ruled. Elena and I navigated the long-distance feel of it all. Her on-call nights meant video calls at dawn, me syncing schedules around kids. Miss you, she'd text from ER breaks. We drove to Orlando weekends, testing family blends. Disney was magic. Mia rode Space Mountain twice. Carlos met Buzz Lightyear. Sophia called mid-trip, supervised line. Sounds fun. Wish I was there. Kids shared photos. She choked up. Proud of you both. No begging, therapy working. Back home, her reimbursement hit full. Last $8,000 paid in lumps, garnished from diner wages. Marco closed the file. Debt clear. She's accountable. Fall brought school starts. I volunteered at Mia's games, Elena at Carlos's science fair. Sophia attended one parent-teacher night. First joint since the split. Teacher praised. Both parents involved. Kids thriving. Awkward nods over coffee. She complimented Elena's scrubs. Good for them. But sabotage lingered. Anonymous post on a local forum. Deadbeat dad hoarding kids post-divorce. Traced to her IP, diner Wi-Fi. Marco filed cease and desist. She admitted in mediation. Frustrated, she said. Judge fined $200, pocket change, but lesson stuck. Visitation held, with warning, one more, and revoked. Twist 2 unfolded at Thanksgiving. Maria's table, turkey, plantains, extended family. Sophia arrived early, helping set, probationary invite. Kids ran in. Elena chatted recipes with Maria. Dinner flowed, toast to health. Then Sophia stood. I owe apologies. To James, Elena, everyone. My lies cost us all. Louise squeezed her hand. Sit, eat. But post-meal, she pulled me aside. Ricardo called. Wants back, says his divorce finalized. I stared. And? She shook head. Told him no. Learned my lesson. Proof. Her phone log, clean of his number. Counselor confirmed next session. Breakthrough. Owning actions. Winter holidays tested. Court allowed Sophia overnight at her parents'. First since Vegas. Kids packed excited. I drove drop-off. Be good, I said. Pick up next day. Mia grinning. Mom read stories all night. Said she misses us, but happy we're with you. Carlos nodded. She cried a bit. Sophia waved from the door, no drama. Elena and I hosted New Year's, quiet, with fireworks from the yard. Sophia texted group, happy 2026. Grateful for second chances. Spring bloom change. Sophia's diner promoted her to shift lead, steady hours, benefits kicking in. She enrolled in night classes, accounting, eyeing office work. Rebuilding, her report read. Joint custody review. Judge up to every other weekend, unsupervised. Progress shown. Kids adapted, Mia confided, mom's different. Less sad. Carlos asked, can she come to my birthday? I agreed, supervised cake. By summer's end, full circle. Family picnic at Bayfront Park. Me, Elena, kids, Sophia, even Isabella. No romance rekindle, just co-parenting. Sophia arrived with kites. Kids flew them high. Thanks for letting me in, she said to me. You didn't have to. I shrugged. Kids win. Elena smiled, handing lemonade. Ricardo? Faded. Rumor had him single, jobless in Tampa. Elena's ex-life closed. 1 year post-final decree, I stood taller. Business boomed. Saved for a bigger yard. Elena pregnant. Surprise, but welcome. Sophia sent a letter. James, I was wrong. Lost job, family trust you. Therapy taught accountability. Seeing you thrive? My lesson. For the kids, keep going. I read it to Marco. Moral close. Filed it with the rest. Evidence of justice. Her responsibility paid. No shortcuts. No hate lingered. Just forward motion. Betrayal scar faded. New life anchored.